Aloha, and welcome to this session of Loving Me Creatively. I'm your host, Krishna Omihika Escobar. I'm here today at Bixby Park, one of my favorite places to come where community just gather. And you have some cool tracks in the background with community jamming. Watching some soccer players practice their gifts, their skills. And I'm thinking about the story, our story, the individual fractals that make up the whole. And was feeling really inspired by a conversation with my dear soul sister around the divine masculine energy of protection, and that the feminine desires is protection. And I really started thinking about that. What is sacred is the ability to create life itself. The energy of creation, our sensual, sexual energy, our ability to manifest our reality, that is sacred. The masculine is the energy of the sacred cup, that which holds what is sacred, the vessel. In the Bible, it's referred to as what is it called? You all probably know what it's called. It was in Indiana Jones. It's not coming to me right now. That's funny. But this concept is super powerful because the divine masculine energy of the cup, the sacred container, is so crucial for us to create and move into the age of integration that I've been speaking on for some time. That we are in this corridor, we're in this space, and the divine feminine must be protected. The divine feminine is represented by our body. The divine masculine's role is to provide this protection. The divine masculine is our mind. So if we could just think about how our mind is used to protect that which is sacred, our body temple, the representation of the earth element, earth itself, our body is a representation of earth. And we live and are alive in combination and in commune with all the elements. Let us access this wisdom through a deeper lens. We love ourselves creatively, radically. We love ourselves. We love ourselves, and we allow ourselves to be that which is divine, that which is both the feminine and the masculine. So in this session, we are exploring the age of integration and what that means in more deeper ways. When I speak on, we are moving into and we are awakening through the age of integration, and that this is our integrating of our divine masculine and divine feminine qualities. And then for this reason, I have created a unique space for people, small groups and one-on-one sessions to explore these particular expressions that divine masculine and the divine feminine offer. And then a separate space to explore the integration of both. Because the integration of both is what truly is how we are understanding our divine capacities and our responsibilities. Because as my soul sister Erika Tovar often says, that responsibilities mean respond to our abilities. So we respond to our abilities when we notice our capabilities, notice our gifts, our strengths. So loving ourselves creatively is so crucial in us moving into this direction, because we create blocks with the mind that prevent us from accessing our true authentic nature. And that's why stepping into this space of authentic expression is so crucial, because it allows us to get into a space of practice. And that is our praxis, as I like to refer to from a educational perspective, building knowledge perspective. And we are constantly building knowledge. Not all information that we get access to will become knowledge. Knowledge exists when we allow ourselves to get in tune and in touch with the unique nuances as we move into a space of integration, as we notice the unique placements of our divine masculine and feminine qualities, moving into a space of integrating them both, we will naturally be walking in a more abundant state, because we will be open to receive and to protect at the same time. Protection isn't taking over that which is not ours, because we don't need to do that, because we're in an abundant state. And that's why the indigenous peoples who were, rooted in lands for hundreds and millions of years, regardless as to what Western science may report, is truly crucial, is very crucial, because there was a harmony built with Mother Earth, where the abundance of Mother Earth was not only felt, but honored and integrated into their life. So they were an embodiment of the body, mind, spirit. Since the time of our ancient ancestors, the colonization process has implied, manipulated a perception of lack. And that perception of lack has created a polarization of the divine masculine and feminine qualities, and making it be about things like gender or sexual organs, and all kinds of things of this nature. And as we move away from placing everything into a box in order to classify it, in order to commodify it, in order to sell it, which is part of the imperialistic design of what the United States and many other countries value the capitalism, things that like Mother Earth is sold and raped and exploited. And this truth is where the divine masculine warrior protector must be awakened. And we're not angry, but we may be in a state of, perhaps we might need to be rageful during our first processes of grieving, of like being aware of this truth and grieving the loss of what we thought was the reality. We begin to become more aware, and that's part of our decolonizing process. It's also part of us working through the trauma, the intergenerational trauma, the inner genetic traumas that we carry in ourselves and our being. And part of my work is to awaken the cells within the body. And if you're interested to learn more about this, I would love to connect with you and talk with you more about my one-on-one and group programs. But for us to really step into the age of integration is for us to become aware of these things. So I wanted to share with you my story, my aha moments that I was having in a conversation with my dear sister, to really allow us an opportunity to understand the divine masculine and feminine in new ways. And if you're interested in learning more, I'm going to be co-hosting a beautiful space, an online space, where we are integrating the divine within, that I'll be hosting with my dear sister Erika Tovar. That will be launching in summer or fall, depending on our enrollment, and I invite you to that space. Thank you so much for joining me for this session of Loving Me Creatively. Don't forget to love yourself creatively today.